In recent times, we know about Steve Jobs. He's the greatest modern day innovator. His Apple is one of the most valuable companies on the planet with a line of products from Apple laptops to iPods and iPhones. Apple products are tech savvy, classy and comes with great features. If you had iPhone 13 last year, this year you had to buy the next phone and next year and so on. But the key question to ask is, how many Indians can afford the latest iPhone? How many people in the world can afford iPhone? Not even 5% of the world can afford Apple products. But thousands of techies in global giant like Apple spend 90% of its R&D and time for that niche 2 to 3% of world population. But what I would prefer is, I'll never say Steve Jobs kind of entrepreneurs are not needed, but they're needed. But I would like to share one more story of how many of you would be knowing this story. It's Dr. Dilip Mahalanobis during the 1971 Liberation War. Over 10 million people from nearby areas of present-day Bangladesh entered into India as refugees. A massive cholera epidemic started in the refugee camps. There were hardly any medicines or trained staff or doctors. Dr. Dilip Mahalanobis deployed the ORS therapy, which is known as oral rehydration solution, even before it was given approval by the authorities. Even though the doctor took the flak, this timely intervention saved millions of people, and thanks to his ORS therapy. It saved 5 crores lives globally. Today, all the 190 plus countries use ORS. The Lancet journal called the ORS therapy as the greatest discovery of 20th century. But he never patented. That's what I'm trying to say. His brilliance, his intelligence, his intellectual prowess. He never in spite of having everything, but he never patented his therapy and did not exploit it for a commercial purpose. At the age of 87 years, the great human being passed away last year and was awarded the Padma Vibhushan by the government of India. Even today, 24/7, 365 days, his innovation saves millions of people all over the world. So my advice is to all the graduates, gonna be graduates, here is to think about ideas and innovation that are simple, successful, sustainable, scalable, and work on tech that improves social mobility and reduces inequalities. So admire and adore Steve Jobs, but find your own Dilip Mahalanobis in you. Besides all the jazz, gloss, and shiny glitz, what's more important is not the tech, but the impact which is going to cause to your fellow human beings. And you think about Nikola Tesla. He had 300 inventions, but he never patented. He gave all his patent rights. And he believes that it belongs to the world. And I look at very heroes, not from on silver screen. Don't look at me and don't adore me, but adore the people who made you to come here. A teacher in a school, a teacher in a college, a professor who taught you something. Maybe heroes are good to be entertained. Even including me, I'm saying, I'm okay to be entertained. But you have to look at the heroes who are around you. Maybe from your parents' side. That's what I believe in. In Telugu, one of the maybe students from rest of India might find it interesting and why people are shouting when I'm drinking water. Maybe they love me, that's why. Yeah. So Nikola Tesla. So we have to look at heroes around. If you look at a simple man called Dasarath Manji, if you look at all these kind of people, I think of a Telugu poet, a revolutionary poet, who has inspired many people to serve people who are away from development, underdevelopment, that kind of people he had influence. His name is Sri Sri. And he says, Taj Mahal nirmananiki rallittina kooli levantu evaru. So why I'm saying this is, and how many people, how much of hard work went in building up Taj Mahal? That's what he questions, a rhetorical question. So in the same way, you should think about how many people had made you to come to NIT. How many people must have made their contribution to be what you are today? So it's a time to pay back. Once you achieve something, it's a time to pay back. I'll share an example from my own life. I did around 5 to 7 films. I'm a mad, committed patriot. I'm in love with my nation. I'm in love with my linguistic differences. I'm in love with our country's cultural identities. With all this, I want to do something. When I grow up, I want to do some kind of contribution to my nation. But I was very disappointed the way society and politics function. So by the time I did a film called Kushi, I was very disappointed and depressed. I thought I want to do something for my nation, for my society. But I said, sad man, I can't do any damn thing. All the development, all the change happens in cinema. Even if I want to do something, a little trivial help to someone, there's so many obstacles. Whatever the systems doesn't allow me to do. I was so tired, I was so irritated with my own self and the society around me. And like anyone else, even I was also blaming the society. And I said, I want to migrate to New Zealand. I shot my few songs in New Zealand for Kushi film. I like that country. I want to migrate to that country. And if you pay somewhere around 50 lakhs to 1 crore, you could migrate that point of time. I don't know right now what is the procedure. I got my immigration papers. And I kept it for 1 month. Every day I look, I want to put a signature, I want to send it, I want to leave this country. And only I'll come for work, because the reason is, and I'm the same guy, with my kind of anthem, I said, ye mera jahan, ye mera ghar, ye mera aashiya, ye meri duniya. And I was the one with such a fervor and commitment, I got it written and I performed. But I'm the same guy who wanted to migrate. And something asked me inside, it is a society who made you for what you are. And today you are seeking your selfishness. After making a name, you want to run away from your responsibilities. And my conscience killed me. So I tore the papers. I stayed within my country. And I'm serving my country within my own way. నా దేశం అనుకున్నాను, పారిపోలేదు, న్యూజిలాండ్కి వెళ్ళలేదు. కష్టమో నష్టమో నా దేశంలోనే ఉండాలని నేను అనుకున్నాను, పారిపోలేదు. And I want to serve.